Sideshow Cy, Sword Swallowing Show, or otherwise Sideshow all around, Halloween edition, where we make it really dangerous, really scary. We're going to start off with a little stunt. Sword Swallowing is going to come on a little bit later. What we're going to start here is a little demonstration of Sideshow in general. Now, Sideshow arts require three things: guts, skill, and a whole lot of stupidity. This one you're about to see is just stupidity. There's no skill whatsoever to it. You may or may not have the guts to do it, but you sure as hell, whether you have the guts or not, it's just proven that you're stupid enough to do it. Now, looking at everybody out there, is like you probably know what this next object is. You probably hear it jingling in my hand right here. But for those of you who don't know, this is a common household mousetrap. Now, a lot of people wonder, what is a mousetrap used for? Like I said, guts, skill, whole lot of stupidity. Yeah, what's a mousetrap used for? A lot of people will say trapping mice. Others will say catching mice. A lot of others will say killing mice. That last one is the most correct. All of them are correct, but the last one more so, because any mouse I've trapped in this thing has not been of the living. And I'll tell you what I think it does, though. It actually punishes mice. And what does it punish? Curiosity. Folks, I've been very curious as of late. Is it circumcisions, really? Well, it's that kind of a show. All right, everybody, count to three. Okay, not that kind of a show. It's definitely not the kid-friendly show, but it's the adult kind of show. Okay, cool. Guys, just saying, this is a real mouse trap. I am not making that snapping sound anywhere else. That is 100% real, genuine mouse trap. It's still strong as ever. The springs are real. It still tastes like peanut butter. You're wondering why I know it tastes like peanut butter. Well, like I said, it punishes curiosity. Folks, I've been very curious as of late, especially wondering if the tongue is the strongest muscle in the human body. Mousetrap is set. Now, before I go on, it's happening. It's happening. I'm sorry if I ruined your Snapchat. Before I go on, even though this is the adults only show and adults are responsible, I still have to say this. I know you're not stupid or anything. Still gotta say this. Everything I do in the show is 100% real, extremely dangerous. Do not try this at home. Naturally, I'm not going to come over to your house, knock on the door, and make sure you're not trying it. And obviously, I tried this at home, but I'm encouraging you. Do not try this at home. You could hurt yourself. You could die. I don't know. I've known people that have snapped their tongue off using this thing. Don't try this at home. If you're going to try it anywhere, try it at a hospital. It will save you lots of time. But no further ado. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands up to the screen. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. You're going to hold on 1. It's going to happen on 3. Hold up your fingers. Let's see it. 1, 2, 3. Ah. Ah. Hey. How you doing? Oh. Yeah, the tongue is the strongest muscle in the human body, ladies and gentlemen. And no, that is not comfortable. People always ask me, did that hurt? Like, yeah, motherfucker, it hurt. And if you're wondering if that one hurt, if it could get any easier, we then bring out this sucker right here. Yeah, I see Stacy going nuts. I did bring this one for you, Stacy. Hey, because this is a serious one, folks. This right here is a 1.5 powered small animal trap. This is no joke. I'm not going to stick my tongue in this as much as some of you really wish that I would. But I'm not going to stick my dick in it either. It's not that kind of show. That's way that's way beyond being Jewish, guys. That's just torture right there. But I tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to go ahead and set it right here. So I gotta actually use a foot to set it because I'm not strong enough to actually pinch it open. These strongs are, or strong. Yeah, it's an obvious soccer performer, strong. Freudian slips. My fingers aren't strong enough to actually open up the springs of this thing, so I actually have to step down on it to do it. But as you can see, folks, it is indeed open. This is a real trap. Those springs are really strong. Any of you that see me do this at Ren Fair, you know how real this is. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to jam my hand into this trap for your entertainment pleasure. Now, there's only one right way to do this. When I jam my hand in there, I have to catch it in one spot. And that, careful, I don't know if you can see this. It's like, it's literally right there, guys. I'm risking my life and future lives for your entertainment. There's only one right place to do this, and that is right here. Meaty part of the fingers. If I do it up here, it's not impressive. That's very thick part of the hand, right? That's the thickest part of the hand. Not impressive. If I do it any lower, I could chop off my fingers right here, or more easily chop off my fingers right here where there's that joint where the knuckles are. Don't want that to happen. So we got to do this one 100% correctly. You almost got a circumcision. We got to do it at the right spot. Oh my God. Why am I doing this? Because you'll watch. There we go, folks. Let's see those hands come up now. It's going to start on 1. It's going to happen on 3. Let's hear it. Let's see it. 1, 2. Jesus Christ. You can see how much I'm shaking here. All right. 3. Sure. Ooh. Yeah. Look at that. That's on there. That is really on there. You can see where it's turning red around the corners and the white near the, that is on there. I can't, God gracious me. All right. Yeah, again, I don't know why I do this, but here we go. See, ow. Yeah, see, usually I have someone on stage with me to pull my hand out of this thing so it can literally give me a hand. But now, I gotta do it myself. Look at that. Can you see that? Give me a nod if you can see that. That's the, yeah, that was on there really tough. And now, hopefully, yeah, it looks like I did it right. My hand is still functioning and no fingers were lost in here. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That is true, total stupidity in there. Now, a lot of people will also wonder what I'm drinking at this point. It's seltzer. Like, a lot of people will think that, yeah, Everclear, think I'm gonna get like really drunk to do this sort of thing. No, if I were drunk, these fingers would be gone. And no, it's not White Claw. God, this is like we're going old enough to drink, and then we're stuck inside all day where we're allowed to drink all the time. And it's like people are gonna drink White Claw. Jeez, it was a good beer aisle, but now there's White Claw, or actually even worse. I tell you, the worst thing that I found in the amongst the alcoholic seltzers, the Jack Daniel's seltzer, just what, yeah, nasty. But now it's like hopefully I don't have to. I'll probably have to bleep that out to make sure I don't have to, do any product placement or anything. John Jack Daniels in general, I'm right there with you. I tell you what, I'm a rum guy. Rum. I'm a pirate after all. Why do you think I wear these pants? Everybody's favorite pants in Ren Fair. All right, moving on here, folks. So quit jabbering. And we'll move on to the next thing. And this is a very popular stunt amongst Cydeshow and then amongst audiences in general. And this is called the human blockhead. Now, some of you may already know what the human blockhead is. Some of you may not. Pardon me. Yes, seltzer. The human blockhead, if you know what it is, great. You know what you're getting into. If you don't know what it is, have fun. It involves 3 props. Three props indeed. One is a hammer. Another is a block of wood. And the third is a solid steel spike. So I'll give you a little thought of the, yeah, solid steel spike, folks. And that, no, come on now. Great, how the hell am I going to go? There we go. Just to show you it's a solid steel spike, hammer it into that piece of wood. And the human blockhead is simple. I take this hammer, I take this nail, because it's hard to get nailed without getting hammered first. I place the tip of this nail somewhere on my head, and then I hammer the tip of the nail into the center of my head for your entertainment. Everybody's ready for that. Now, the head is a sphere. There's many places where this can go to get to the center of the head. There's only one place that I like to do it, and that is dead in the center of the face. Why? Because that way, I get to see your expressions change. Just like that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Swipe right. Now I see some of you are squirming. I see some of you are shying away, but I see absolutely none of you are running away, because you're all probably thinking the same thing. This is really not as bad as it looks. Yeah, it gets much worse. It gets much worse as you go all the way in till it gets to the back of my head. And yes, indeed, folks, it is all the way in the back of my head. It's not going any further. Well, it can go further, but there's consequences. 2 consequences, in fact. 1, I could die. Yeah, Halloween show. Yeah, I know, but there's no bringing me back. Consequence number 2, I'll sneeze. And then I'll break my camera. Show over. You don't even get to see the sword swallowing. Usually I do this in front of a live audience, and if I was to sneeze, somebody would die, and I can't go back to prison. But seeing as I feel one coming on, I'm going to go ahead and take this one out. All right, here we go. Oh, I know it looks huge right now, doesn't it? Of course, everything looks huge once you know where it's going. Okay, there we go, folks. Oh, yeah, absolutely humongous, going right into the center of my head. Genuine human blockhead. Really? Some of you are cringing at that? I just hammered a nail into the center of my head, and you got disgusted when I licked it off. I mean, if that's what you're into, or you might. Now, the fun thing about human blockhead is once you hammer the nail into there are various other things they can stick up in there. Folks, I will repeat, don't try this at home. I'm a trained professional. I actually do know what I'm doing. I am of stable mind. But yeah, you think you can stick just about anything in there once you hammer the nail a few times. There's a real screwdriver, folks. That doesn't retract in the handle whatsoever. You go righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. You don't want to turn it lefty-loosey so much or else my ears fall off. There we go. Protein. See, so yeah, no blood. We're all good so far, so that means we can keep on going. Now, any of you out there clip your toenails? Yeah, you better clip your toenails. Now, does anybody out there clip their nose hairs in the morning? Yeah, show of hands. See, absolutely nobody raises their hands there in that part, whether they do or not. Some of them are ashamed that they have so many nose hairs in there. Guys, I'm 28 years old. I have nose hairs. Only I don't have them up front. I have them way in the back. There we go. Right there in the back. Well, that's a good one. Halloween show. But then people wonder, how the hell does someone do that? How do they discover that they can actually shove a whole bunch of shit up their nose? I'll let you in on the secret. We have to first pre-drill the hole. Yeah, there you go, folks. Delicious, ladies and gentlemen. That was the ever popular human blockhead. Yeah, that was fun. That got a little bit on there, but that's all right. That's all right. We're still alive here. I'm not dead. You're not going to see me dead this Halloween. without any death that you don't want to see anyway. There we go. I gotta get some of that. That's all right. I thought it was blood, but it's not. We're good. All right. You've seen the stupid. You've seen the one that really takes guts. Now, would you like to see the skill? Yeah, we want to see the skill, folks. For the skill comes in good old-fashioned sword swallowing. Now, again, any of you that have seen sword swallowing before, great. You know what you're getting into. There may be some stunts that will surprise you. For those of you who haven't seen sword swallowing before, it's exactly how it sounds. I take one of these blades. I loop it up. I put it right back in my head right back. And then I put it down my gullet for your entertainment. Now, a lot of people will accuse me that I use fake swords. I use swords that retract in the handle. That is not the case here. Each one of these blades is solid stainless steel. They do not fold. They do not bend. They do not retract into the handle. They're not going anywhere except down the hatch without a scratch. Now, at this point, a lot of people are really trembling in their boots because they think they're about to see blood. I assure you, folks, I am a trained professional. I respect my health, which gives me more than a fair chance that this is going to go correctly. Once again, folks, here we go. Down the hatch without a scratch. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That is 100% solid stainless steel right down my gullet. It is not magic. It is not a trick. It'll happen right before your very eyes, and guess what? It's going to happen again. What you're witnessing here is a feat of pure mind over matter. That is, I'm using my mind to control every muscle between my mouth and my stomach to allow such a rigid piece of steel to pass through. I've mastered this skill, and I prove it to you now using the drop technique. I'm going to place the blade a quarter of the way in, and then I'm going to let go. And then when I feel myself aligned, I will loosen all the muscles in my stomach, allowing the blade to literally drop the rest of the way in. Yes, a little bit more danger, a little bit more sick, but do not blink, for it happens quick. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the drop technique is a feat of excellence among sword swallowers. Every time I swallow a sword, it actually has to nudge my heart and lungs aside to get to the pit of my stomach. I've seen a doctor, it's true. Both doctors, in fact, the mind and the body, yeah. Everything's okay. Now, every time I perform the drop technique, or the sword swallowing in general, it means I have complete and utter control over the insides of my body. With such control, I'm able to swallow not just one, not just two, but 3 solid steel blades at the same time. The danger of swallowing 3 blades at the same time is not choking to death on 3 blades at the same time. It's actually if the swords were to scissor. If that happens, it's the end of the show. No refunds. But the point is not to do that. You know, as the old saying goes, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stranger. Whatever does kill you is not your problem anymore. So no further ado, ladies and gentlemen, 3 blades at the same time, down the hatch without a scratch. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Pardon me if you heard me like make a little noise or belch or just hear the air coming out. That's the thing. When it comes to sword swallowing, a lot of air gets pushed down into the stomach, and it's got to come out somehow. Pull my finger. It's really funny to pull the pull my finger gag in an audience full of kids where their parents didn't grow up with that joke. And so the kid comes up and actually tries to do it. And it's like, yeah, you're passing Darwin's little test. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It's like a From there, a lot of people will still think that sword swelling is completely fake. Even after doing one sword that hit against everything, even after doing 3 swords, even after doing the drop technique, which is physically impossible to do with the one that retracts into the handle. Well, usually by this point, I pull someone out of the audience to come up and pull the sword out of my throat after a whole bunch of banter and gags. But the problem is we're separate, we're online and all that. But I do have a way to actually prove that the sword is real. And that is, I removed the handle. Indeed, ladies and gentlemen, I took off the handle completely to show you that it does not retract into the handle whatsoever. I'm going to swallow this down all the way, so close that I can close my lips around the end of it. And for those of you watching close, I will then take a bow, open my mouth, and show you the blade literally down my throat. I apologize if anybody has eaten already. No, I don't. This brings me pure and utter joy. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. One blade, no handle, down the hatch. Hopefully, I don't lose it again. Yes, again. I see a lot of you out there. I mean, again? Yeah, it's like, it was not a pretty moment, I'll tell you that. Not that there was like a blood or anything, or that I had to go to the hospital, but more of it wasn't a pretty moment in that trying to get it out was the thing. To give you a little image of that, you ever try to give your dog a pill? Yeah, it's like we have to. It was that, but the exact opposite. Not pretty. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me. There you go. Sword swelling is 100% real. There is no doubt about it through that. But then where do we go from there? A lot of people, because there are a lot of people out there that will be skeptical, or even just the thing is like, what else can you do from there? It's the same trick over and over. No, one thing, it's not a trick, but also we can go further from there. How do we do so? We make it more dangerous. I could bring out a sword such as this. So this right here, ladies and gentlemen, for any of you sword aficionados, is the wakizashi, the shorter version of the Japanese katana. Yes, I see some of you know that one. Yeah, gotta love the katana. For katana is a very commonly known sword as one of pure strength and expertise in sword making. Swords, the Japanese made swords so strong they can cut a man in half with one swipe, even puncture metal armor. Might I also point out that with that knowledge, every single one of you knows where this is going and is completely okay with that. Yeah, my kind of people. There we go, folks. Down the hatch without a scratch. Domo arigato, and that is the extent of my Japanese. All right. Well, next comes the second most common question I'm asked. The first question being, are the swords real? The second being, do I feel the swords when I swallow them? The honest to God truth is yes, I do. Sometimes they tickle a little bit, and that's why I bring out this good old boy right here. Yeah, you see that? Yeah. This here is what we call the flamberge. It is called the flamberge, so for the flame shape of the blade. It is the longest. It is the heaviest. It is the wiggliest sword I swallow. I feel it all the way from my tonsils down to the fallopian tubes, I guess. Yeah, some of you can explain it to the rest of them. Yay, that you read a book. Yeah, ribbed for his pleasure. It's not my pleasure, guys. It's yours. There we go. Oh, everybody has the same joke. Rib for his pleasure, rib for his pleasure. Yeah, it's for your pleasure. Here's where it's for your pleasure, actually, guys. For if you watch closely, and you are indeed lucky, I have been told that you can see the sides of my throat wiggle as it goes in, and as it comes out. All right, so let's see who's lucky tonight. Let's see who can actually see it. I'm gonna scoot in a little bit closer so everybody can see that sort of thing. Yes, it's gross, but you'll watch. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you were able to see it. Sorry if you weren't, but you'll just have to come to another one of my future shows if you want to really see it. All right. Well, this next sword, ladies and gentlemen, I call the most dangerous sword that I swallow. That's definitely the dangerous. It has various names I give it. It is the most dangerous sword. It's the one and that really proves like how dangerous sword swallowing can be. I also like to call it the $100 sword, is because a true story. A couple of years ago, when I was busking with sword swallowing, a man comes up to me, makes eye contact, and places a $100 bill into the hat. It's a true story. It really did happen. It could happen again. If anybody would feel, folks, I really do appreciate having you all here and watching my show. It's nearing the end, but it's not over yet. And I would appreciate if anybody wanted to show a little bit of love, folks. There's my bingo right there, the Cyrus Dash pen. I know it's a weird spelling. It was my parents' fault, folks. It's not mine. Or if you're a PayPal store person, PayPal, me at Cyrus Pen. Hold it up for a second so everybody can see. Get that in there. Shameless plug for me because I'm a starving artist. Just a little bit, but this is also just keep me afloat because I really want to return to Ren Fair, and I will make it a bang for your buck, folks. That's for sure. The true bang for the buck, because yes, this is the $100 sword. I also sometimes shamefully call it the showstopper. It's a really bad luck name for a sword, and that is indeed this one, folks. The curved scimitar. Now, I don't have to tell you, the whole reason and why this one is so dangerous. Let's just say if I do this wrong, it'll take the zippity right out your doodah. Let's see some more face on that one. Yeah, it's I love seeing all your reactions. Thanks for you all that have your cameras on. I'm gonna go ahead and stand up for this one because this one's very specific, guys. I gotta really do this one right, or else you are gonna get more than what you paid for. So here we go, folks. The curved scimitar. Onward and awkward. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That's where we separate the men from the boys when it comes to sword swallowing. Unless I could find a better line for that. But wait, ladies and gentlemen, I am not done. For you all, been so much fun and giving me a platform to really come out and perform for you all. You've been so attentive. You haven't been interrupting my show with constant heckling, which is such a perk of Zoom. But I feel inclined to give you one more, especially with it being the Halloween show. Yes, this is not one that Stacy has seen or any of you have seen, unless you've come to one of my previous shows in the past years. It's this is a stunt that I don't normally do, and I definitely say it's more dangerous than sword swallowing. I have right behind me a lamp, a genuine lamp, with a light bulb right inside. Let's go ahead and take the sucker out. There we go. Just to show you, there are no gags, no tricks, no illusions. There is no sleight of hand in what I just did. I just took that very light bulb that was glowing in there. It's still a little bit hot. And take it here. This is 100% real glass, folks. And no sleight of hand whatsoever. Now, would we all agree that glass, Freudian slip, that glass is fragile? Yes? Yes, glass is fragile. It is so fragile that if I were not careful, it could break into so many tiny pieces that are sharp. Yes? Yeah? Pieces that are so sharp that if I am even more uncareful, yes, that's now a word, uncareful, And I could cut myself on that glass and then bleed profusely, right? Yeah? I'm glad we're all on the same page. Now you all saw, no sleight of hand, no illusions, 100% real, genuine glass. Gotta get all the little pieces. So much stuffing. That was really great. I know it's rude to eat in front of people around you, but you'll get over it. But I tell you one thing, it's like I don't eat before sword swallowing show. If I eat before a sword swallowing show, and I put the sword down like a little too close down there, oh yeah, you get more than what you pay for, that's for sure. You get more of a 3D show. Yeah. See all the reactions, yeah. I love you people. Some people are like stone cold, like, yeah, I've seen that before. Oh, wait. Somewhere on the ground. 5-second rule. You know why that joke is so funny, the 5-second rule one? Because it's glass. What worse could I be putting in my body but glass? Absolutely scrumptious. I don't know if you can hear how loud this is. Like, I actually, like, it's so loud to me, it's really hard to tell. I do it to a microphone and everybody just, ah. No, it's not good for my enamel. My dentist hates it when I do this, if he knew. It's fine for the colon. It's an abrasive. Yes, indeed, crunchier than pork rinds, crunchier than celery. There's absolutely nothing a louder crunch than glass. Yes, I mean, it's like I've looked for foods. I seriously have tried all around. There's nothing crunchier than glass. It's one of the things that proves that it's possible. Besides, oh, I don't know, actually lighting up the damn light bulb in a lamp. Yes, indeed, the shit is holy. Now the next part of the stunt is to tune back here 3 hours later where you're going to join me in the bathroom. I'm joking. Oh, here's the next part of the stunt is actually a serious one where that I entitle it the dipstick test. In which case we're going to see if there is any blood on the blade. Here we go. Mission accomplished. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a lot of fun having you here. I'm going to leave you with these parting words. What have your parents told you not to do as a child? It's a good chance you'll make money doing it as an adult. That being said, go out there and love the life you live the life you love, live a life worth living, folks. And don't let anybody talk you out of it. I'm Cydeshow Cyd, folks. Follow me on Instagram and any social media. You've all been a lot of fun. Thank you so much.
Yay! Oh my God.
Oh, if anybody's like wanting to get on the phone, I just saw it. Like, what's the last 4 digits of the phone number is 0803. Thank you. Thank you, Nevin.
Haven't seen a proper glass eater in a long time. Thank you.
Wow, so somebody's actually seen a glass eater before. I don't get that often.
Yeah,
I've never seen that.
I've seen it. I have. It's a thing. Thank you.
I've never seen them pull it out of a lit fixture before. That was amazing.
Well, that's one of two ways to truly, one of three ways actually to prove that it's 100% real. One is passing around everybody. Two is pouring water on it, because a lot of people think it's sugar glass. If you pour water on sugar, it dissolves. And then if you and then actually putting it into the light socket and turning it on is the one surefire way that to prove that it's 100% real.
Oh.
I just don't ever use an LED bulb by accident.
It's very gruesome results.
That one doesn't end well.
Talking.
Well, I mean, it shouldn't end well either way, but apparently we found a way to do so. All right.
Yeah,
I
that's
really
not a
appreciate
common
you guys
thing.
having me here one more time. I'm gonna sign off because I got the whole not eating before sword swallowing thing is real, and I'm starving. So, thank you.
Thank you, Sides. Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Keep on keeping
Bye.
on.